Hi girls, today I am going to explain you about the physical features of North America. Let us just quickly do a recap. This is the map of North America. It is connected to South America through this narrow landmass. And a narrow landmass that joins two large landmasses is called an isthmus. So this landmass where the cursor is moving is called the isthmus, right? And because here you remember in the last class you said that this country is Panama. So this isthmus is known as Isthmus of Panama. What is it called? Isthmus of Panama, right? These are the water bodies that are surrounding North America. In the north you have the Arctic Circle. This water body which is here is known as Hudson Bay. To the south there is a gulf which is called the Gulf of Mexico, right? Which ocean is here? The Arctic Ocean. To its west, this is Pacific Ocean. Which ocean is this? Pacific Ocean. And to its east, this is Atlantic Ocean. Now, if you see this whole map, it has a couple of rivers and lakes. These lakes here are the freshwater lakes known as the Great Lakes. Now I will be drawing the mountain range. Let us understand them. So look at it very carefully. This mountain range, I will just draw it a bit neat so that you understand it. This mountain range which is to the westernmost part is known as Rockies. It has a couple of parallel ranges in the form of Colorado Range, Sierra Nevada, Sierra Madre, but mainly these are the Rockies, also known as Western Cordilleras. Now these Western Cordilleras are also having its continuation in the southern, that is in the South America. Here they are known as Andes, but in North America they are called Western Cordilleras. What are they called? Western Cordilleras. Cordilleras here means mountains. It has a couple of mountain ranges. The highest one and the longest one is Rockies. You have Colorado Range. Apart from this, you have Sierra Nevada and Sierra Madre. Sierra Nevada lies here and Sierra Madre follows it, right? Now, if you see this mountain range, this is the longest one, right? Now, these are the black lines are the rivers. These rivers, they are most of them, rather all major rivers are originating from these mountains, that are the Rockies. So you can see these rivers which are originating from the Rockies and going into, some of them are ending up into the Hudson Bay, while the others are going into Gulf of Mexico. This whole river system that ends up into the Gulf of Mexico, this river system is Mississippi River, which is a very large river in North America, right? Now let us see the lakes that are there. So the lakes which are here are, these are the major lakes. These are the lakes which are freshwater lakes. If you see the northern part of North America, this whole region is known as Canadian Shield. This particular part, this whole region is the Canadian Shield, right? And in the past, this whole shield was covered with snow. Slowly and gradually the snow kept on melting and rivers were created. And then whatever depressions were there, in those depressions, lakes were created. So these are the 5 great lakes that are there. And I will read out the names for you of these lakes, but you just have to understand these lakes, nothing to learn in this. So you have the Lake Superior here, Lake Michigan, Lake Huron, Lake Ontario, and Lake Erie. So these lakes are making the freshwater lakes of North America. If I show you political wise, if I just rub this Canadian Shield and the Great Lakes here and I try and show you politically, so here you find that these are the two divisions of North and South America. These are the divisions of North America. The northern part of North America is Canada and the southern part is United States of America, followed by Mexico, right? So north and the south part of North America, I just wanted to show you. The lakes here are basically in between both. They are making a boundary between the Canada and United States of America, right? So nothing difficult in that. I'll just give a quick recap. Here you have the Arctic Ocean, you have the Pacific Ocean to the west. The north part is called the North Pacific Ocean and the south part is said the South Pacific Ocean. On the east, this whole is your Atlantic Ocean. The north part is said to be the North Atlantic. The south part is said to be the South Atlantic Ocean. The huge gulf which is here, this is known as the Gulf of Mexico, and in the north, this is known as Hudson Bay. Further north, you have the Greenland, and these are all the islands that are there in North America. Alright, now let us see the rivers which are there. And the rivers which are there are in the form of River Fraser, which is here. We will not do much rivers, but I'll just focus on the river that we actually want to do. This whole river system is the Mississippi River with its branches Missouri. Missouri is a branch of Mississippi, and this whole river system is the Mississippi River. Which river? Mississippi River. On the western side, there is another mountain range, and this is known as the Appalachians. What are these known as? Appalachians. It's a very old fold mountain. The old fold mountain basically means that these are old mountains and they were formed by folding, right? And old mountains always have huge amount of deposits. Being old, the height of these mountains are lesser than the height of Rockies. They are also acting as the source of water for the rivers. You can see the rivers are originating from these mountains and flowing into your Atlantic Ocean, right? So which range is this? This is Appalachian range, which is on the east. Rockies on the west. Rockies along with Rockies, you have the Colorado range. You have some plateaus here, and you have Sierra Nevada and Sierra Madre. In between this part which is there is basically a plain land, which is called the Central Plain or the Great Central Plain. Here you have the grasslands and the agricultural fields, right? Is it clear? Again, I repeat, this northern part is called the Canadian Shield, and in the past, this region was covered with snow. And as the time passed, the snow started melting, and here the formation of rivers originated here, and the depressions which were there were converted into lakes. These are known as the Great Lakes. Now, how were these Rockies formed? If I show you the margin of the North America, this whole region is tectonically very active. Now, tectonically very active means here, this is very prone to earthquakes. And the movement of, when the continent formation happened, the movement of the continent happened. If you remember the continental theory which I showed you, in which the continents moved from Pangaea to different continents. So this whole coastline is the western part is very active. And similarly, it's with the South America. If I follow in the South America, the same is there, right? So that is why, because this region is very active, tectonically active, therefore the formation of mountains happened here, right? So we have these mountains which are known as, what are they known as? They are known as Rockies, right? Now, as these mountains are having a number of waterfalls, and so is these mountains which are known as Appalachians, they are having a number of waterfalls. So because it has large number of waterfalls, we also call this region as a fall line. Fall line means a region which have a number of waterfalls, right? This river which is there is known as St. Lawrence River, and it goes into the Gulf which is known as St. Lawrence, which goes into the Gulf which is known as the Gulf of Labrador, right? So this is the Gulf of Labrador and this is the St. Lawrence River. So don't get, if you do not understand anything, I'll repeat the things again. These are the basic things that we will be doing in the physical map of North America. We will not go into much details. We will go into a very, very simple form of map. Is it clear? The central part of North America, this region is used for cultivation and also known as the Central Plains. Because it's a huge part, so we call it the Great Central Plain. This Great Central Plain is made fertile by all these rivers which are there. So the rivers which are there are Mackenzie River, and you have Mississippi River. All these rivers are leading to the formation of this particular plain, right? And Mississippi has its tributary known as Missouri. So this whole system is known as Mississippi-Missouri River system, right? And this is also known as this region is also known as the breadbasket of North America. Because breadbasket, why? Because this is the region which is responsible for agriculture, and because of agriculture people get food to eat, and therefore it is known as the breadbasket of North America. If you see here, these are the island groups that are there, right? And they are in the form of an arc. Arc means 1/4 of a circle. So if I try and draw a line of a circle, this is in the form of an arc, and therefore these are known as the archipelago. What are they called? Archipelago, right? Is it clear? So this is all what we want to do in the physical features of North America. Nothing else in this, and just revise this again. If you need help, I have already provided contents in the class material. You can go through it, and I will also make you mark in my Zoom lesson. I will also make you mark the contents that you need to go through it. Take care. Bye-bye.